Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday. You know what time it is. It's SlideJawb Racing time. And this Season 4 Cup is brought to you by the Colonial Riders. Let's go racing.
Welcome, race fans, here tonight at SlideJawb Racing League as we get ready to take on this 2.66 mile Talladega Super Speedway race here tonight with these guys here, brought to you by Colonial Riders Cup Series. Make sure you check out Colonial Riders in the link description below. I have it in there for everybody, but hopefully the audio is looking good and the stream is looking pretty solid. But we are going to be live tonight, like I said, here at Talladega. And what's special about tonight is going to be the playoffs. But with that being said, we are going to be camping here tonight at Talladega, Sweet Home, Alabama, with Brian Johnson and Zach Hall. How you guys doing tonight?
Hello. I'm doing pretty good.
Doing really good. Ready to see some close racing here at Talladega.
Yeah, knuckle racing. And not only that, here at Talladega, Brian was talking a little bit earlier before we went live here about these cars are going to have to worry about overheating, that you can only push so far before these things start heating up. So that's something, we're going to have to, pay close attention to.
Yeah, I think it may not be a widespread issue, but for some of these guys that get trapped in the middle of the pack and have really no place to go, they just have to manage their temperatures. You can't be too close to the guy in front of you, or you're not going to be able to get some air into the grill to cool off that engine, and you're going to see your water temps and oil temps skyrocket within a lap. And so it just make sure you don't see the color red, and you should be good.
Color red.
Definitely there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's the
Very,
last
very
thing we
true.
want to do is overheat. But tonight also, guys, starts their playoffs,
Yeah,
which Brian went and
big
found
deal.
out from the administrators down on the track exactly how this playoff is gonna run, and it's basically they race the old NASCAR style. Points matter, finishing positions matter.
Yeah, it's just straight up points. So it's kind of an old chase style. Every playoff driver, the top 12 in points from 2 weeks ago at Indy, they all start at 1,000 points. So wins don't add any points. Stage wins don't add any points. So everybody starts at 1,000. It's like a whole new season for the next 5 weeks.
Okay, so if they win a stage, they don't get them points.
From earlier
Well,
season, no, there wasn't playoff points. No, there's no playoff
yeah.
points involved.
Oh,
So, but stages, I imagine, will come in effect to their points. As we go from here. So, as I was pointing out to these guys before, I think stage points are going to be huge tonight. Getting as many as you can, and we do have one stage tonight at lap 35. So I think it's going to be huge for getting points. And the biggest thing I look at, guys, is this is 12 guys right now who have a second chance at life. If you look at Noah in the 8, he barely got in by the skin of his teeth. And, now he has the same chance as Davey Hendricks, the man who's coming to his playoffs with 3 wins.
correct.
So,
yeah.
it's anybody's game now with those 12. And this is where you can change your season. So we'll have to see how these guys can respond to the pressure of these next 5 weeks.
Well, yeah, especially sorry, Brian, especially at Talladega. I mean, this anybody can win this. I mean, I've always called it a crapshoot. I mean, I don't know what you guys call it, but anybody can win this race.
Yeah, I mean, it's been called a wild card, like you call it a crapshoot. It's it's just a huge gamble when you do a race at this track because you have no idea. And going back to the top 12 in points, I was just going to list them off. So we got Davey Hendricks with 3 wins this season. We have Dylan Parker with 3 wins this season. Bryson Clark with 1. Everybody else is not in the playoffs has not won this season. So Matthew Piscata, Matthew Chastain, Darren Cole, Brian Dees, William Almond, Eric Moore, Gavin Martin, Derek Newsom, and Noah Mowry are going to be up for the championship here. And we'll see how these guys can make it through this race. These guys do get 1 fast repair, so you do get 1 mulligan, but that's all the mulligans you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you bring up that, even though it doesn't say a win there, Matthew Piscata did win the last race we were at. So, and it was the All-Star event. He did win $100. So, that was amazing job by him last week. So we'll have to see if he can carry that momentum from Phoenix to this big 2.5 mile race track at Talladega.
Yeah, and he just goes and puts it on the pole as of right now with the best of a 58.73.
Yeah, they're doing a kind of a unique qualifying system here that some leagues do that I kind of like. It takes a bit more time, but so they do open qualifying, but the admins are only allowing them to go out on the track 1 at a time. So it's very similar to how they do it in real life. I believe they only get 1 lap, though. So we aren't going to see a full speed lap, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's something. Huh.
Here comes Matthew here to finish line. I think this will be his fastest he's going to be able to do. He's going to put down a 52.55 there. Put himself at the top of the board. And I believe the other man on the racetrack is Dylan Parker. Yeah, we have Dylan Parker, who's starting his lap now. I see a little bit slower of an outlap than Matthew there. We can notice that there, Brian, if you notice a 58 to a 59 there. So
Yeah.
Did Parker run higher, or did he just not get through the gears? Well, we'll have to see. It'll come down to this lap right here. But he may just, took a longer way around, and that's what you actually need to do. The more distance you can have for these motors to build up that speed, the better you're going to be.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. Either his time is slower because he went way up as close to the wall as he could, and Matthew gave himself a little bit of a buffer, or he just didn't get off of pit road as well. but we'll find out here in just a little bit.
And that's another crucial point. People don't think about that. Getting off pit road at this racetrack, very, 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 very crucial to your lap time.
It's just it's a big drag race. It's a 3-mile drag race.
Oh wow! So they do get 2 laps. It looks like.
Oh, do they?
Or 3.
I thought I heard him say over the radio they were only going to get 1, but.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, Matthew Piscata went for another there with the 52-33. But Dylan Parker is slowing down. So.
I'm sure if he was only supposed to go 1 and he went 2, I'm sure they have a close eye on that.
Yeah.
Did he go faster?
For that. He did go faster. Yeah.
Well, while these guys are qualifying, guys, real quick, as we're watching Ed Burrell go around right now, I'm going to take this time to quick run through the sponsors real quick so we can get that out of the way. We've got some bills to pay here at Freaky Fast. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to iPitting. Make sure you go check out iPitting.com. It's a baseboard board for your iRacing. I don't got my. Let me pull that up. I apologize, everybody. I have too many windows open. It's an okay. It's a iPitting board is a web design for iRacing teams. It helps create an iRacing series board for all your teammates that provides your teammates a clear version of every data they need. Schedule, results, championship points, standings. It's also a great help for your team community or league manager or team owner to share the tool to social media platforms to show everything that your team has done. It keeps track of everything. So if you haven't checked out that program yet, please go over to iPitting.com and make sure you check them out. I also want to give a shout out to our next sponsor here. It's a Ford Equipment Group, or known as FEGPC. They build iRacing, they build computers for iRacing, but basically any racing games out there, like you got iRacing, Projects Cars 2's Race Room Experience, or any of that kind of racing titles. If you're looking at getting into racing, make sure you go check him out for your PC needs, and he'll get you all set up and get everything installed for you and any kind of apps and games. And it also comes with a 3-year warranty on all parts. So it's awesome place to go get your computers built. And so I thank them coming aboard here at Freaky Fast. I also want to give a shout out to Dirty Air Podcast. Make sure you check out Dirty Air Podcast every Wednesday night at 9. As this week, they'll be talking about the Kansas race that we just had yesterday, and any iRacing news or any sim news that they actually want to talk about. But make sure you check them out on Facebook. You can check them out on Google Play, iTunes, and Spotify as of right now. So make sure you check them out. Is there anything you want to add there, Zach? Anything special coming on, or just a basic show up and listen?
Yeah, just show up for it. And if you have time and you ain't got nothing going on a Wednesday night at 9, you can show up and chat with us and discuss this past weekend's wild into the round of 12 and the start of the round of 8 coming up. We got some probably bold predictions. I know me and Brian have been talking a little bit about that. And we're also starting a little thing with DraftKings where we meet, give advice on, fantasy, a little more NASCAR fantasy. So. Yeah, we're getting a little more into the NASCAR fantasy side of stuff. So, yeah, if you're into that stuff, you can also come chat with us how that goes if you're into, any type of NASCAR fantasy game. So, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Maybe next year, hint, you can have a Dirty Air Podcast free fantasy. NASCAR fantasy.
Yeah.
Get everybody out there that listens, join in and play and see how you do.
Whoever wins gets a special prize. You never know. So.
Hey, there you go.
I know things right here.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you right now, I really stink at it. But I'd be more than willing to play. I just don't know how good I would do.
It's really fun.
See, that's why you need to listen to the podcast, and then get our advice, and maybe you'll get a little better.
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of that, Brian, plays it one time and wins money. What the heck? But
Yeah,
anyways,
Zach got me into it this past weekend. I did it my first time, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. I'm glad it worked out well for him. It worked out decent for me, but it could have went better like his. But yeah,
right.
definitely. I feel like we got some good advice there. So yeah, if you're into fancy like that, and even in the off season coming up, we'll have fancy football talk. So all types of fantasy games we'll have discussions about. But at the moment for the NASCAR playoffs, that's what we'll be focusing on.
Awesome. And I also, last sponsor here, I want to give a shout out to Colonial Riders for sponsoring SlideJawb Racing League here in Season 4. These guys, I appreciate them coming aboard all season and making this happen here for the league and for the drivers. And also here to get, their league broadcasted and out there to everybody that tunes in here at Freaky Fast. So, all right, well, thank you to all them sponsors. And now we're going to get ready to get racing here in about 8 minutes, as I don't know how many more cars we got to go qualifying here, guys, but we can talk about a little bit about qualifying now here.
Yeah, well, we have currently 8 guys. The 8th guy, Derek Newsom, is about to put down his fast lap. It looks like we've got maybe about 12 to 15 more to go. One thing I just thought about, we talk about the aerodynamics and the weight of the car and fuel and all this. All these guys sitting on pit road right now, if they're, got their engine running, they're burning just a little bit of fuel, and that's going to put the rear spoiler up just a little bit, create just a tad bit more draft, and when every thousandth matters. I hope these guys are turning off their cars as they wait their turn.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is have more drag.
Yeah. You would think it would be less weight, but just like Brian said, it lets that rear end just raise up a little bit more, and that's more spoiler you're putting there. You already see these giant spoilers. I'm not going to quote Dale Jr. on it, but the giant spoilers we have on the back of these cars are ridiculous. So if you put any more of it in there, it's just going to create more drag. And that's Brian with the low key strategies there. Didn't even think of that personally. So look at this man, always thinking like a driver.
And look, when I'm sitting on the grid before I race in these A cars, first thing I do when I hop in is I turn the engine off. I let Iracing start the engine, and then I turn that engine right back off and turn it back on right before the pace car moves.
Keep the engine cool too for you, you don't burn off the fuel. And what are we looking at for fuel here tonight? The 75% they run.
Yeah, 75% fuel here.
Thinking mid-20s.
I'll figure it out right now for you guys. Let me look this up.
I think full tank, you get about 30? 32?
No, full tank you can get about almost 40.
Oh, yeah, see, that shows how much I know.
No, you're right, Brian. It was 32 was the most I could do in a race. Now, not saving, you could do about 29 to 30. So, really, these guys are going to be looking at, 20 laps, 22, 23 laps into a run having a pit. So
I would say, I think, if you're up front for the entire course of a fuel run, I think you're going to get about a lap or two less than guys behind you.
Yeah, you can save a lot of fuel with this package, too. The draft is so powerful. Older packages, it was actually somewhat difficult to save fuel due to the fact you would lose the draft. But here, it's just so easy to stay up in the draft. You can almost, run pretty big lift.
Yeah, unfortunately, Saturday, when you guys ran it, and Brian missed the race, but I missed it too. So I really don't know too much on how this package handles that Talladega.
It's wild.
Is it?
Big runs all over the place. Just really, it's all about managing. With this 80 lap race, it's going to be a little bit more clean cut due to the way the strategy is going to be here. So you're going to be looking at guys doing most likely a 3-stop, but that's what they're saying. It goes green. We have seen it go green before. Personally, at Racing Freaks, we've just seen it. So for 90 laps, and so it could possibly go green here for 80. If we see that, it'll be 3 green flag stops during this race. So lots of stopping. And, not going to be easy, but I guarantee at some point we will most likely see a caution.
Yeah, I think between, in real life they talk about a couple weeks ago they talked about the Chevy noses being pointed and not being able to push as well as the Fords or the Toyotas, and even the Toyotas not being able to push as well as the Fords. But here in iRacing, I think everything's all about the same when it comes to how well you can push each other. And you can push somebody fairly well, but the moment that it gets hairy, it gets very hairy. It's almost like a all or nothing situation. So that's I'm with Zach. I think we will see a big one here tonight, unless we get one of those unfortunate, one car spins and separates the field and goes down to the infield and a caution doesn't come out.
Right. Well, and you get such a draft. The momentum that you get behind somebody, these guys are going to have to figure it out extremely fast. Do you hit the guy in front of you? Do you push him? Do you let off the gas and hope you don't get hit? I mean, you get such a run, you got to go somewhere with it.
Exactly. I mean, you can pull a draft on the car in front of you from 1.8 seconds back, possibly even a bit further back than that. But I know you can catch up to somebody from 1.8 seconds back, which is that's a ridiculous gap. That is a huge gap, and for the draft to be that powerful from that far back is really extraordinary. But it will help some of these guys in the back of the pack who don't qualify too well here. That they're going to need that help so they don't lose the draft. So I don't think many guys will lose the draft. I think we're going to stay pretty close together, and there's more than likely going to be a big one.
Yeah, and then the other thing is how many drivers fall to the back and wait. You're going to have drivers, spreading out, trying to get with their teammates, following back. I mean, there's a lot that can happen within the first 5 laps at a super speedway race, and that's, including Talladega, Daytona, even Michigan, tracks like that over 2 miles. People tend to not want to be in the hornet's nest, like Zach likes to call it. They want to fall back and then stay out of the way. So how many chase drivers are we going to have do that? Are they going to stay up in the front? Are they going to fall in the back? There's a lot of things that can happen here, and we're going to watch it unfold here tonight, here at Freaky Fest.
Yeah, I think brain fart. I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Toot toot.
Well, speaking of that, Gavin Martin just in the 24 just put the 24 on top of the board with a 52.29. What a lap from him, personally.
How did he do that on the first lap?
Yeah, that's
incredible.
Because I'm looking at Nick and Matthew, they got 3 laps compared to a lot of these guys.
Well, sorry, Zach.
No, you go ahead.
My bad. I just noticed here, I'm looking on the screen here, we can actually tell who the chase drivers are. They have the yellow banner. So it's something something we can pay attention to. And I think in real NASCAR, they got the spoilers painted, don't they? Or
yes,
no,
they do. The banners and the spoilers are green.
Okay. And honestly, that's what I was looking for in the game.
Was a spoiler?
yeah, I was looking at the spoiler going, well, it should be green, but they have at least they have it on the top of the
most of them have the spoiler yellow too.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, most of them do. Not all of them. But,
it's hard to tell because the top portion of the spoiler here in iRacing is clear. So yeah, like the 7, you can barely tell that it's yellow.
Let's see if
at least from my angle.
See if I can find okay. Well, that's the closest shot that I can get for everybody, but you're right there, Brian. It doesn't, you can see it but not bright, and maybe that's just a spoiler, here for the super speedway side of things. Once we go to a 1.5 mile or a short track, you might be able to see it better.
Yeah, it should be easy to see, but going back to the plate race strategy thing, there's two strategies you can play. Is like you said, Robert, is the hang back and stay behind the mess, or you can attempt to be ahead of the mess, try to stay in front. So,
Yeah.
um, for me, I really don't care which one, whether try to stay ahead or behind. I think behind is probably the safer bet because you can get turned up front too. So, but it will be interesting to see what these chase guys do here.
Yeah, we're going to have to pay attention to that as we got less than a minute to go here, as we got Darren out there putting down his lap right now. Ed Burrell just posted on YouTube and said he didn't realize that he had one lap to do qualifying, and he stayed up against the wall. So that puts him way back in 17th position right now. But it looks like they're not going to get everybody qualified here tonight. But I see one driver in the 18 still in the game, but at the 22, 37, 61, and 33, they're not in the game. You guys are not seeing them either? Or are they?
Let me look.
Are they
real
there
quick.
or not?
We have the 33 and the 37 are gone, so they will not be racing tonight. So there are going to be a couple guys here that won't get the opportunity to qualify, unfortunately, as time constraints have forced us onto the racing portion of this race.
All right.
I'm just interested. Sorry, interrupted.
Nope, go ahead.
I'm
Nope,
just
nope, go ahead.
With second and third, they're getting more laps than the rest of these guys. So it's interesting.
Yes.
Think they'll have to do the same amount of laps, but at the moment, it looks like that's what they're going with. Unless we see a penalty come through, we'll have to see.
Could get an EOL here once they get up onto the track. But yeah, it's just unfortunate how that works out.
Yeah. Oh well, to me again, it's super speedway. I don't matter if I start in the front or start in the back. It's you can
precisely.
You can go, start in the back. What are we looking at? 22, 20 drivers, something like that, and within 3 laps, you could be, in the top 5. That quick. So, to me, it's again my favorite word for super speedway racing: crapshoot. Don't matter. But all right, well. Tonight, here, we're going to have the starting grid. Brian's going to run through the top 10, and it's going to be brought to you by Dirty Air Podcast. So I appreciate you guys. Something new I'm going to try to do here. But the starting grid is brought to you by Dirty Air Podcast every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Well, tonight we have Gavin Martin putting that quick lap of a 52.299 on the pole. Right behind him, Matthew Piscata. And behind him, we got Nick Aquir in third. Brady Clark is going to be fourth. Eric Moore is going to round out the top 5. Jade Bell 6th. Dylan Parker 7th. Emmanuel Wolf 8th. Noah Mowry 9th. And Derek Newsom is going to be 10th. Who tied Jordan Bier there. He was going to be starting 11th.
All right, that's your top 10 here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway here with SlideJawb Racing League. Round 1 of their playoffs of a total of 6 races, including this one. So after this, we have 5 more races to go to crown a champion here at SlideJawb. And these guys battled all year to get here, so now it's time to pull the Hans device and buckle down and hang on to your britches, because we're going to get ready to go freaky fast, especially here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a little bit of anxiety just sitting up here in the booth watching these guys get ready to start this crazy race.
Yeah,
this race is where you can win and lose your championship, guys. So tonight is going to be crucial. I want to see the strategies being played. Points are coming in. Davey Hendricks starting 13th tonight there near the back. Dylan Parker also through and starting 7th. We got 3. We got the front row being 2 playoff drivers, and then Brady Clark there in the 88 also being a playoff guy. So got some playoff contenders already right here near the front. And, actually, Brady Clark is not blue. No, I seen yellow on the car. That's why. Yep, never mind. Sorry about that. Just top 2 front rows. What else? I thought I saw yellow. It's kind of hard to see with this camera.
Yeah, depending on the sunlight, the yellow kind of looks gray, and the gray can look yellow.
Definitely can. Definitely can. Sorry about that, but definitely our top two are in the playoffs. So, but Gavin Martin though, with that one lap, that was impressive, Brian. I must say, to run a 52-3. Well, it says 3, but it says 2.99 in the other. So,
Yeah, I'm curious
really
if he
fast.
cut the apron in the tri-oval.
Or something. He did something. That was fast.
I like doing that.
All right, well, we're getting ready for 80 laps here. Super Speedway Racing here. Hang on, everybody. Watch the runs these guys get. Dyson sliding, and we're going to get ready to go green here. As it's a little bit different here, as a lot of people know here at Talladega, we got to wait till they go through the trial over here to basically turn one to go green. So,
long way.
yeah,
Green
well,
flag,
but
green
there
flag.
it is. Green's out. Guys, we are going to get ready for some fast-packed racing.
That we are.
20 drivers heading off into turn one. Gavin Martin got a great restart there. The 5's going to pull in right behind him. As he said, I don't want to be on the outside lane right now. Outside lane, it can be better later in the run. Since it's got more momentum, potentially. As a 5, he's going to pull back.
Yeah, he's gonna duck off here. Looks like his same playing teammate Dylan Parker there to duck off to the back. I wonder how they plan out for. They're gonna ride till maybe the stage here. Just try to get some stage points there at the end, maybe fight for it. This package, you can do that.
Yeah,
Right
absolutely.
now, we got Brady Clark though on the outside.
Only need 2 cars.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. How many are going to fall back and how many is going to go to the front?
Yeah, I think a lot of your playoff guys are going to be dropping back here. Gavin Martin decided he wants to try and get a bonus point in the new lap there, but he's unfortunately not going to get that as he's surrounded by non-playoff drivers other than Derek Newsom right there.
He's going to pull back.
And
I was
Eric
about to
Moore,
say.
Yeah, there's 24, so now that leads to 44 and the 7 up there, Brian.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think the 24 might be wise to get away from those non-chase guys, because those guys, they're just trying to win. These other guys, they're trying to get points.
Yeah. Wow.
It was 7 up top, 3 wide.
And that's it. He gets that run there. He had to do something with it. He's got so much momentum going. He's got to go somewhere with it. And he takes it 3 wide, and he does clear that 14. Apologize.
And it's going to put the 14 in the sucker hole as the 19 goes with the, is that the 62 there?
Yeah, 62's all the way up top there.
Yeah, with the 19 of Jordan. But now we're 3 wide. Well, we're going to be
55
3.
drops back.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He saw 3 wide. He said, no, guys, not yet.
Eric Newsom, though, he's he's not really worried about it right now. So is Eric Moore there in the 44. He's kind of got himself up in the pack. Same with Noah in the 8. Looks like from Davey Hendricks back, it's just a bunch of playoff guys right now looking to survive.
Yeah.
But you can end up getting ran over back there, so it can happen. Emmanuel Wolf actually leads that lap there. So the 15, Emmanuel Wolf to the lead.
Look at the 22. I mean, he's out there all by himself. He went 3 wide between the 38 and the 19, and he's got the draft of the 62, and he's just watch how fast these cars just power up. I mean, unreal.
Yeah, you can get such a momentum run.
It's crazy. He what are you guys thinking? 8 to 10 miles per hour faster than the car in front of you, roughly?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
huge.
you got enough space.
Yeah, I mean that's
and
huge.
that causes issues. That's what you get issues at these tracks is the closing distance. It's so fast, but that's also what gives us this wild type of racing.
Yeah, and you can see, some of these guys are starting to have to duck out a little bit. I've noticed Ed Burrell trying to look to the outside of that 14, get a little bit of air in his radiator. And that's what kind of causes these, the little sneak effects that we see on the straights in iRacing here is guys trying to look for air and the guy behind him trying to look for air, and they just kind of weave back and forth.
Down the straightaway, the outside line's got some steam, guys, but it's just through this corner. The 7 there is running a little bit lower. The 14 there trying to get some air through the corner. Unless 14 puts it in the middle there, he's points. He just said, I need air. Does the 21 follow? That's the key. The 21 follows Ed Burrell.
But the 62 follows the 7.
Yeah.
It's now we're 3 wide, 2 by 2. Or 2, 3.
Well, there you go, 2 by 2.
We're riding inside right now with the 62 of Zach there, man. He just power moved that. Wow.
That's what pushing can do. That's all draft right there.
Yep. And that puts Derek Newsom into the lead. That means Derek Newsom is leading these points right now, guys. At the moment, he would be leader of this championship. And also, think about this. He's getting bonus points. Can you lead the most lap? Get the extra bonus point.
Well, that's where I was headed to next. I think, sometimes being in the front can be a little dangerous if guys want to get a little bit dicey and a little bit racy early on. But if you lead the most laps, that's another point you get.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, and it's not like it used to be in the past, everybody, where you get up in the front and you just ride. You again, it goes back to guys in the back get such a momentum rush that you're not safe up front. You just can't sit there and ride and lead the most laps and everybody just, I guess, what do you want to call it? Train each other. Just stay in a train and just follow. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah, you were under attack all the time. Yeah, the 14 went to the outside thinking that Burrell was going to go with him in the 21, but the 21 decides to go with the 15, and the 14 is going to start sliding back here.
Seems like all the black cars are right there. Like all of those cars I keep getting mistaken. But you got Jay Bell there. He's actually dropping back a little bit now. There, Eric on the bottom, Ed Burrell. All of them have black front ends on their cars. All look pretty similar. So just a little bit easy to mistake these cars in this track. And that's the issue that spotters have in this track. Luckily, Iracing, you don't have to deal with that issue. You actually can have a real spotter. I mean, technically, you could. Exactly.
I mean, technically, I don't know if any of these drivers do. Something I don't see in the background. You guys would see.
It doesn't look. No, it doesn't look anybody has a spotter tonight.
Okay.
Seven thought about blocking the 15, but was a little bit too late. Ed Burrell pushing real hard. The 15, trying to pass the 7. That's not going to work, because I think Ed really kind of heated up there. He really needed to get some air.
Definitely look there on his outside, Jordan Bier. The 19, he's trying to work his way up there. But even back there, Brian, if you look at Dylan Parker there in the 3, he's going up. They're going to the top with the 5. That's not safe. That's a wreck waiting to happen right there. Almost. I mean, riding back here is safer, but at the same time, you can sometimes get caught up in issues back here that ruin your race. So. I'll have to see how that plays out.
Maybe they're trying to test out some things. The problem is that these guys see that they were getting ahead of steam up there, and they were trying to join them.
Yeah, I see that.
A little bit of testing, you can. It's very possible. We've you and I have done it before, Zach, where we just kind of team up, get a couple other cars, and just hit the third line on the outside and drive by everybody.
Yeah, and see how far you can go.
Super powerful move.
Yeah, and laying back this far, like you said, they still got the slipstream of that draft there of the 4. So, if that 5 just can push them, and we're not riding with them, but look at the momentum. Wow, holy mackerel!
Yeah, it's funny, sorry, Robert, but in the old package, the last car here on the grid, the 55.
Whoa!
In the old package, we'd be saying, "Oh, he's going to lose the draft." In this package, he's he's right where he wants to be, safe.
Yeah. Well, look what that 3 just did to the 10. Oh my goodness!
Wow!
Oh wow!
There's almost trouble.
Wow, that was a wreck waiting to happen, and they all sorted it out. As that 3 got such a run, he just went right into the middle and said, "Screw it."
Yeah, and they're running for 15th right now. That's the thing. Look at and the 10 and the 5 are still kind of. This is
5 is shot.
Yeah,
going into 1.
Well, that lap there that Dylan just put down was the fastest lap of the race. I mean, that's how fast he put down a 48.35.
Wow, that's flying.
Yeah, he was just wow. And now the 55's doing what the 3 did.
Do you get an average speed on that?
No, I do not.
Darn.
It'd be,
I'd be interested to know what the average speed is on that.
yeah.
You ain't got to worry about it.
No, but that is something I can look into, Brian. I don't know if the software does that. I actually believe it does. It's something I don't think I got set up though.
Just for these plate races. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Derek Newsom's still up front, followed by the 62 of Zach Probst.
Yeah, that was
I'm saying that right.
The outside line formed up pretty well, Brian. But really kind of died off there coming off of 4. And it's really looks like Ed Burrell's struggling with temps because he's having to move back and forth a lot behind that 15 of Emmanuel Wolf. And but they got a bunch of cars up there, and now the pack, you can see it's a pack. So when do these guys back here go for stage points? That's my question. We're coming to here to complete lap 12. So
yeah, gotta go to 35.
Yeah, and I can tell you from experience, you can't just drive to the back to the front and hope to have a cool car when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be in a pretty good position, I'd say, with 5 to go in the stage to be able to make a late race push. If you're too far back, you're going to be too hot once you get there to be able to continue that push.
Yeah.
I think you're going to need to be like right at the end of the pack, the tail end of the pack, when you want to start making your move. Right now, they've got probably about 7 to 9 car lengths between them and the pack, so they need to close that up before they want to make their march to the front.
Yeah, well, we're creeping closer and closer as, count down these laps to their first pit stop. Now, how many drivers out there decide to take 2 tires or no tires and just fuel? I was always told, if you're going to fill the tank up, you might as well put 2 tires in because it's the same amount of time.
That's a very good point, Robert. You just actually bring up some very good strategy here. They're not going to have to fill these tanks up.
Okay.
Due to the fact that 35, if they can go as far as they can here and then take less fuel at the end of the stage here and take 2, that may be the strategy to get to the stage victory.
Yeah.
But you need 2 people to do that same strategy and do it flawlessly.
Right.
Because if you do it by yourself, you might as well just put 4 tires on it and fill it up completely.
Right. And it's all going to go on with, entering pit road, like you said, Brian. They got to do it, really good because, entering pit road, don't get caught speeding, stay at pit road speed, I believe is 60 miles per hour here?
It is.
Yeah, 60. So, you got to do that. Then you got to get into your pit stall, without sliding through it and get that, so there's a lot that's got to go on there. And then coming out and, exiting on old left side tires, sometimes, I don't know if it's too much at this track, but that can be hairy.
It can be. I think, we've got 3 guys at least coming down pit road right now.
Oh.
Looks like we got Eric Moore in the 44. We got Jade Bell, Davey Hendricks, Darren Cole, and Paul Turner all coming down pit road right now. Now, under green, I think what I would do, I would put just enough fuel to get to the end of the stage, and I would put left side tires. Left side tires take a little bit less time than right sides. Then at the end of the stage, under caution, then I would do the right sides.
We got the 44 there. We're watching him. He's taking right side tires. It looks like the 14 didn't take no tires, just fuel. The 4 of Paul, I'm not sure what he did there, but he did have a 10.5 pit stop.
That's probably 2. Actually,
Emmanuel Wolf loses the entry to pit road, guys.
Oh no, he was our leader last time by.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's damaged too. He's gonna have to use his mulligan that Brian likes to say. Well, at least he has that, right? I mean,
18 through his pit box. Very easy to slide through pit box on these cars. Their tires, you can see multiple.
3.
Wow.
And Emmanuel Wolf as well.
And the 7 can't even get in.
Huge. Yeah, and the same with 15. See, it's very easy to make mistakes on this pit road.
Wow.
Super
slick box, yeah.
Well,
fast pit road speed also.
That and the track temperature's at 109 degrees, so that even makes it more slippy. So, like you said there, coming in at 60 miles per hour, trying to slow down with a hot track, Well, we just seen prime example of what can happen. Now, here comes the rest of the pack in the back
There's
here.
14 and the 36 around all these guys. But that's not going to matter here in a little bit because, like I said, you can draft off a guy 1.8 seconds back. So I give it about 5 laps before all these guys are back together.
And the 22's into the wall, pit wall.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow.
very easy
Oh,
to do,
and the
guys.
88 just smacked the inside wall. Holy
Yeah, all these guys sliding through them. That's why, you know, back in the day, they pour some Coca-Cola on the pit box.
I know my
Not
next
sponsored.
time coming down pit road, I'd just creep. I'd just creep and come to a stop at 5 miles per hour. Well, I do know, you know, with all what we just seen with this stuff here with the pit stops, you go, oh, and the 22's gonna get penalized. Maybe
Wow.
he just slipped and slide, and that's what I was just saying. Exiting pit road on 2 tires can
Very
be
difficult.
very, yeah. But what I was gonna throw a joke in there, Zach, is you know, you're a prime example of pit stops. You know how it can screw you.
Yeah, you know.
That was a cheap shot, Robert.
I had to.
It's funny to say that, but it's usually the tracks that you don't make mistakes. You know, I make mistakes at. Like this one, I know the pit box is very slow, so I usually do go pretty slow. And it's crucial to stay with the draft here.
Yeah,
But,
well, I just
and other
had to.
racetracks, yeah.
I had to, Zach, because I mean I can't jab at you much because you kick my butt out on the track every race. So when I get a shot, let me take it, please.
Well, I was behind you for a long point this last weekend, so.
Well, that was true. I had a great race going until you know, unfortunate circumstances happened. But
Racing. So,
yeah, racing's racing. So
yeah, this is going to be interesting now. So Davey Hendricks and Jay Bell did the best on pit road, but look, now there's a line forming up behind them. They're going to be to them very, very soon in the next 2 laps.
What I've noticed here is that the 3, the 4, and the 5 have all got together, and they're making a hard push to the front here.
Yeah, they definitely are. And you know what? I did some math. 21 laps is about all they can possibly make it on fuel, maybe 20. So the guys that did come down there were right on the edge of the window, the first guys. So
Captain Kunch back at it.
yeah, and if you're gonna go there, you might as well take 4. You know, if you're taking that big a fuel load, which all these guys had to take the. Oh, sorry, sorry for the hiccup. The fuel load, if you take it, you have to take 4. It takes too long to. You know, the only time you'll actually gain time by taking 2 is if you only have to take 1 can of fuel.
right.
Well,
So, 10 gallons.
The only that's true. I guess 75% would be
It's
a
14.
can and a half.
It's
So
14. Yeah.
yeah, might as well take 4. But I mean, taking 2 just maybe saves a bit of time, possibly, if
Yeah.
you can make it.
Possibly. I mean, now we see this pack just got there, so within 1 lap they were there. But the 38 and the 14 did a good job of not letting them get too big a run. They had enough momentum.
Everybody's made a pit stop except for Nick there in the 55. He's still out there running 22 laps on his stint as of right now. So
Wow, so he saved a
saved
lot
a
of
bunch of
fuel.
fuel.
yeah, he's apparently he's running either hoping for a yellow or I mean I don't know what his plan is here. But,
And here you go, going back to the pack here. We got the 3 and the 5 on the outside. 3's looking to lead this time by. Get him a point.
Well, it's not technically a lead, though, because Nick hadn't pitted yet here. So
Oh,
he's
that's
still on
right.
pit road right
yeah.
now. It may be a point next time.
Oh.
The 15 gets turned by the 38 as there was a bit of net code there. They went inside each other.
Oh, wow, the 15.
I thought you weren't
going
going to talk about that, Brian.
Well, don't get me started.
So, how's everybody doing out there tonight? Enjoying the show?
I think
I
that would
am.
happen either way. They just went through each other.
Well, I'm shocked that they didn't throw a yellow. I mean, we stayed
Yes,
green
because
on
you got
that
turned
one.
to the inside.
Yeah, like
That's-
you were saying.
These plate tracks can be kind of brutal sometimes if it's just a
Mhm.
one-car incident.
Damage.
Yeah, Nick's still out there right now. He's got a 35. Well, no, wait, 26. Man, the pack's just catching him like, holy mackerel.
Yeah, they go. Yeah. But he'll stay on the lead lap here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if he can catch him to another pack. So that's his big thing. He's got to take for next set of pit stops, and he possibly take 2 tires next time. But we got a battle here for the end of the stage. So a lot of playoff guys too. Oh, it looks like
the 3 and the 5 pulling back.
They're gonna fall to the back of this pack here. They want to get here. There's enough. With this amount of cars you can drop to there and be plenty fine.
A slow car on the bottom. 62's got to check up. And he's made those 2 guys check up, but it's not that big of a deal because he's trying to get up to speed. And I mean, they didn't lose any time at all, so that's okay in my book.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the guys had a chance to go around them, so they chose to pick them up there, and it's going to actually help this pack. So,
well, I got to give these guys props. Very, very good racing. 24 laps in the books of 80, and we've been green all the way with a total of 8 lead changes at the start-finish line. God knows how many on each lap because we don't calculate that, unfortunately, and it's also late afternoon here. We're at 3 o'clock, about 15 after 3 now here in sim time. So,
yeah, that 62 is doing a good job pushing the lap car there of the 80. Well, technically not a lap car because he's leading this pack. So, doing a good job of pushing there.
Yeah, he is barely on the lead lap by a car length.
And that's all that matters, right? When the car goes out.
Absolutely.
Well, the 62 says, well, I'm going high. Oh, no, now go 3 wide.
Oh, that's going to put the 62 in the sucker hole. That was unfortunate decision.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters, though.
Oh, and the 4 way up there.
Yeah, Paul Turner.
See, maybe he's trying to pick up the 62.
I think he wanted to go with the 14 to 38, but just it wasn't clear. Look, here goes the 62 to the outside of the 14. Does the 8 go with the 62?
The draft is incredibly powerful. You see, he got the run on the 14, went to his outside, and he's able to hang there for a little bit. But now he's starting to slide back. So, I mean, the whole front stretch he was able to hang with.
You definitely get that momentum build up, and you can hold it.
How many cars do we have up here that's in the playoffs? One.
Let's see. We got the 38, the 8,
and the 3.
Yes.
So really,
only 4?
4 guys. Yeah. Huh. So Eric Moore would be the next one, 9th. He's there with, I believe, the 18 of William. Yeah, and William is in the playoffs there. So.
Well, these guys just got a little bit dicey there. They did.
Yeah. I was about to say the same thing. It was looking a bit hairy there for a little bit, but they got to sort it out for the time being. I think that's why the 5 and the 3 are still back there. They know these guys really want this stage win up here, even though some of them may not be in the run for the championship, but it's still bragging rights. It's still points. If you can come 13th at the end of the season, you can say, hey, I may not have made the playoffs, but I was the best driver not in the playoffs.
Right. And it's all about carrying your momentum into the next season. When their next season starts. I'm not sure when their next season starts. I know we've got 5 more weeks to go after tonight, so I'm not sure if they take off a little bit or not. But
here comes the 3 and the 5 on the outside, trying to push the 5 the long way around these guys. It's working for the time being.
Yeah, that it is. But the problem is they're going to run into overheating issues here, which all these guys are. But, 3 wide. Here we go for the lead. So right now, Davey Hendricks the lead. Looks like Matthew's going to challenge here.
Wow, 3 wide. Wow, hang on.
This is great.
Holy mackerel.
We got the inside line with 4 cars. You got the middle line with 3 and the outside with 2. And you can see just 2 cars not quite good enough. Or either they decided to get out of there.
I think he overheat. He was getting hot, and it was just time to. That was a test run. With the little amount of cars in this pack, you can do that. And looks like one of the guys is dropping back there.
Just getting some space, maybe overheating a little bit.
Jordan Beer, yeah.
Tag on the back of the 3.
We got 8 cars up here. We got 2 packs of racing. We got 8 cars up here in the front, and then the second pack of Derek, they're 13 seconds behind.
And that's points right there with Bryson Clark and Derek Newsom actually for playoffs. So that's 1 and 2 points there.
Yeah.
Aaron Cole there right behind Eric Moore. There's 5 playoff guys right there on the edge. All the way to the 18. They're 13th between 9th to 18th. There's a chance for these guys to get some playoff points.
And these guys are staying in line, as we see here, but they're actually not catching that front pack.
Yeah.
Where this half a lap ago, they were 13 seconds behind, and now they're 14 seconds behind.
You know, it's crazy to say this, but racing in this pack actually does make you go faster. The energy between the lines going back and forth, pulling each other, actually creates faster racing. It's usually the opposite. Usually you would want to fall back, but this side moving back and forth and pushing as hard as you can is actually quicker than getting on the bottom because everybody just overheats so fast.
Yeah, that, and I think maybe it's the way the wake on the back of these cars, the way they kick out the air, and the way iRacing calculates this draft. I think that's just how it works out. You know, the old package, running in a single file line was the quickest way around, and if you were trying to catch a bigger pack like these guys are back here with Derek Newsom, they're doing the right thing. But just in this package, like Zach said, it doesn't work, which is kind of unusual, I think.
Yeah, it's weird. That's something I would have never, ever thought of, and that's why we have you guys here. Bring out stuff that I don't know, because I would have never talked about that. That was way out there. So, how many out there knew that? Wow.
It was a 62.
He's going to get back here with his, I think his teammates here, because he's a
I thought he was about to pit.
I think he is a teammate with the 3 and the 5. They have 3 with that move they made. They may be able to make that move work. So let's see this move together, how it works.
Well, we're a couple laps away from the stage here, too. So now does it become racy? You know, who wants what and position and...
Yeah, and Brady Clark, who is on the tail end of the lead lap here. Oh, it looks like they're finally going to get rid of him.
Oh, no. That's super unfortunate.
His path, though, and get the lucky dog go, Brian. So he needs to focus on.
Oh, he actually... Was he already a lap down?
Who, the 88?
Yeah, because
he's a lap down.
Yeah, so he'll be 2 there. He'll go 2 there.
Yeah.
Now they left the 8 hang out dry.
Don't believe so. No, I think actually it's ahead of him last time they started.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that wouldn't make sense because
because it had a manual. Yeah, but he's the lucky dog at the moment. Here comes the 5,
the Shikata,
and the 62.
Oh, this is lap 33, so we're looking at 2 more laps to go here.
Ooh, and the 4 and the 19 gonna go to the inside.
Oh,
yeah.
Hang on.
That was really smart.
Great move there from Davey. Does he swing all the way back to the bottom? No, he doesn't. He looks like he faked it. He's got the push from the 5. Here's will come to 2 to go for this stage, guys.
What's the? Ooh, oh boy.
Great move from the 5 back to get to the 3's nose. 14 has the 38. The 4 has the 19. 3x3 is across the start finish line, or 2x2.
2 more to go.
Well, why don't we just make it 5 wide?
Noah and Brady and Zach hop in there.
Right. I mean, and the 88, he's like, hey, I might be a couple laps
old
down
fashioned
here.
way.
Yeah, I want to play too. Look at his 62. He's about ready to rear end the 3.
And they're trying to give his teammates a run on the outside. We got 3 on the bottom, 3 in the middle, and 3 up top.
Yeah, Paul Turner now leading this thing.
Yeah, and this is coming to lap 35.
Yeah. That's the white flag for the stage. Who's going to get them 10 bonus points? Paul Turner, a non-playoff driver, I believe.
5, another strong run coming up here. We'll see what they can do with it this time.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to get tight here, guys. This is going to get tight. Let's see how this plays out.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, the 14 sliding up a little bit. Gives enough of room there. Here comes the 5 and the 3 on the outside. The 62 is going to latch on. Oh, wait.
Yeah, 3's overheating.
There's going to come a big run, I think. Does the 38 close the door? He does. He wasn't clear.
He does close the door.
Oh, that was
they're
almost
beating
bad.
and banging. 3's into
That
the
was
wall.
bad for the 3.
Yeah. He
Hard
killed.
racing here. Who's going to end up with this? It's still got a run coming to the start finish line here.
Oh, the 5. There goes the 8. And the yellow is out. And
Paul Turner.
Paul Turner's going to win the stage. Wow.
Good on him.
Wow.
Davey Hendricks 4th, Dylan Parker 5th, Matthew Piscata 6th there, Noah Mowry 7th. And we got Derek Newsom 9th. And Bryson Clark, is he? I don't think so. No, yes, he is. So he's 10th. So 5 guys got some, 5 playoff guys got.
I believe Bryson Clark is 12th, Brian. Unless.
Is he? Oh.
It shows him now as he calls finish on there. Maybe he was ahead of these guys. And he's getting back ahead of Darren Cole and Eric here. So we'll have to see once they come back down how this field shakes out because.
That's true. It depends on whether they're going to score points by when the caution came out or how they came across the line.
Yeah, that'll be a question for the admins to deal with. But looks like Paul Turner's out here. I think he needs to wait for the pace car, actually. He's going to miss pit road from this.
Oh.
Is he? He's like, I'll keep going.
The 8, the 3. Where is
19?
Yeah, I was going to say,
where is coming out of 4? Yeah, pace car's coming out of 4 here.
Yeah, he's way ahead now. He's stopping. Whoa. He's stopped.
Actually, can they pit this time by?
Doesn't look like anybody is, so no, they can. I believe so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so the guy's missing pit road.
Going to get some track position, but it's going to end up, they still got a stage win there from Paul Turner. Non-playoff driver. Jordan Briere, non-playoff driver also. Jay Bell, non-playoff driver, but Davey Hendricks, Dylan Parker.
Yeah, so even though the 3, the 5, and some other guys got some bad luck there, you know, some playoff guys still managed to get some decent points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the pace car, finally. Paul's sitting there. He was playing on his cell phone, like Brad, waiting for the pace car. All right, well, we'll see. I believe he is on Discord.
He is, yeah. Do we want to wait for his pit stop?
Yeah,
now?
correct. We'll wait for the pit stop.
If he bids.
Well, good question. Yeah, I mean, hopefully
We'll find out soon.
we'll see if he makes a pit stop. But since we're under yellow here at this 2.66 mile, we are going to quick run to a commercial break so we can wet our whistles and get ready for the second half of this race here at SlideJawb Racing League, sponsored by Colonial Riders. We'll be right back after this quick break. All right, we're back, and we'll see what this number 4 here, Paul, decides to do with the Ford Mustang here, and it looks like he's going to come down pit road, guys.
Yeah, that's good. I was thinking, you know, I said if he pits, but he's got to pit because he can't make it much further on fuel.
Yeah, there were 22 laps on their tires, fuel, so he would have ran out maybe 3 laps later, or 1 lap.
Yeah, these guys definitely had to come down, but they'll be fine. This is a track that track position is not going to be the hugest issue. But right here also, I think a lot of guys are going to want to come down anyways to get as much fuel as they can to try to stretch out these runs so they can get to that stop at lap 60, that final stop. So we'll have to see how they do for that. But I guess I can go ahead and get Mr. Paul Turner up here in the room to have a chat with us. So you ready to have a chat with our stage winner?
Yes, I am. Bring him on
All
up.
right.
Paul Turner, Robert up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
10-4, Robert.
Hey, well, man, we didn't get to talk to you all season. Congratulations on your stage win, the first one this season here in Season 4 at SlideJawb Racing League. You also finished 13th in the points, so you've been having a great season, and you're just outside of the the playoffs, unfortunately, at Chase Drivers. But how's the race going here tonight for you, man?
Race is fun. Lots of good racing on here. It's kind of hard to believe we all went that long without a caution flag. Regarding playoffs, if I couldn't make the Watkins Glen race, if I could have, I would think I would have made the playoffs. So we'll get them next year and get Long Shot Motorsports to take the championship this year, and hopefully we can squeeze out a win here at Talladega.
Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah, your car's looking good out there. So how is the draft package going on out here with these track temperature and air temperature? How far can you push somebody before you have to get out of the gas or get air?
I can push them as far as into the turn as I can. This car seems to hold pretty good. I just drive it and it just goes, and I try not to lose the drag.
There you go. Well, that's what you do at Talladega. Step on the gas pedal and say, meep, meep, I'm coming through, correct?
10-4.
There you go. Well, hopefully you're got your stage win, first one of the season, like I said. Hopefully we get to talk to you at the end of the race here and in the podium. But we wish you the best of luck, and go get them, man. Get that first victory there.
Thank you, Robert. Good talking to you. Always enjoy the broadcast.
Thank you. We much appreciate it, but good luck.
Thank you.
All right. That was our stage winner, Paul Turner, the Ford machine. So congrats to him on his first stage win. And the rest of these guys are getting some pit stops going. And we'll see how it plays off from here. I just see Pashada topping off. The three of Dylan Parker topping off.
Yeah, I saw that. While we were talking to Paul there, I was looking through the pack here, and some of these guys have damage that they didn't get. Maybe they got it all fixed with what they could, but didn't take their fast repairs, so still have a little bit of damage. You got the 15 with some damage, the 5 with a little bit of damage, the 88 and the 44. So, with this package, there's already so much drag on it that a little bit of damage isn't gonna hurt you. But not as much as the old package, but it's something to watch, keep an eye on.
Well, with them going down and topping off, it's only about 3 lap difference with them topping off. Is there a reason behind that, or are they just getting, they're a little bit of fixing done?
Well, that and really, you can top off, you can have more fuel, so your spoiler does sit lower to the ground.
Right.
You can actually save fuel during the run to keep, the more weight in the rear to keep it down. And really, they just, it's really just a security blanket for any strategy you want type of play.
Well, green, white, checkered, as we know it here, race is not over, so please do not tune out. Or go watch something else. Stay here live with here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting.
Race is never over.
It's not over. And SlideJawb Racing League here, definitely, they definitely shown that. There was 2 races, and they were the road courses that didn't have a green, white, checkered. Every race had a green, white, checkered here at SlideJawb. So, will we see another one, or will we finally have a record-breaking no green, white, checkered for the racing league? So
3/4 of the field just came down.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
1 degree right here, 1 degree, and look at that. All these guys are going to top off. Just like I said, it's just another security blanket. If, like you said, Robert, green, white, checkered. If they go long enough in this next green run, they can build some laps to have a security blanket if we get the late race caution to
Right.
stay out.
Right, and how many we gonna have? We did. They went to Daytona, correct? I believe we did broadcast a race at Daytona. Yes, we did, because that was the one Bryson Clark won with 3 green, white checkers. And they were battling it for every position on the very last lap of the race.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that one.
Yeah.
That was actually, I think, one of the first ones.
Yes.
But, so, yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but I can only imagine so. They're going to save a bit of fuel if they want to do 3 green, white checkers.
Yeah, it was crazy. I can tell you that much. All right,
So
well.
got them side by side here a little bit. I think might be a little bit of confusion.
Looks like the 10. Is that the 10? Looking at 3's going by the 10.
Yeah, and the way
So-
the way this is going to work, these guys aren't going to be double file back here. They will just form a single file.
Because they just
Okay.
pitted with 1 to green, so they have to go single file.
Yeah.
That's actually bad news for the outside line right there. The 62,
Yeah.
the 21, and who else is that? The 61 there.
That's some numbers they wish they had up high.
All right. Check out the 75's nice paint scheme he's got going on there for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's awesome.
Yep, and he's a playoff driver too. Matthew Chastain there, so he needs a good night. Didn't get no playoff points, so we'll have to see if he can end up with the playoff win. So.
All right, well, we're getting ready to go back green with 40 laps
Oh wow,
to go
he
here.
steps on it.
Oh, wait, what's going on here? I guess.
He went
Wow.
early.
Wow.
Forgot where the start finish line was.
Wow, that caught a lot of guys in the back off guard, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the old package that would have worked to actually spread the field out a good bit. So
yeah.
you would lose the draft. A lot of these guys would lose the draft,
Well,
but you're gonna see this pack
the,
12 back.
the leader here does have control of the restart. You're just not
Yeah.
allowed to switch lanes. You have to stay in your lane before the turn 1, I think. I forget what the rule is on that, but
Yeah, in real life, you would have to wait for until you get into the restart zone. In iRacing, we don't have a restart zone, so as soon as the pace car pulls off, you can go whenever you feel like it.
right. Which I'm hoping iRacing is working on that. Get a restart.
Me too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to have in the game. Not sure how they would be able to do that, but we never thought we'd have green, white checkers and all of those stuff we have in this sim.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the restart zone would be a Mason addition. There's some tomfoolery, I guess you could say.
Major tomfoolery.
Yeah, going on with restarts.
Wow.
Ooh, 55 got a little bit of wonky there. 88 had to check up, but we're
What a
good.
run for the 22 though. Bryson Clark to lead. There goes Matthew Chastain at 75 back to the bottom.
Look at that run.
What a move.
Almost all the way to the front. Not quite. So close.
Well, I want to correct myself about the Daytona race. Frank's out there on YouTube, and actually David won that race inches over Frank. So I do apologize for that, but
And who said that?
Frank,
Frank
Okay,
who
would
raced
remember.
last year. Yeah.
yeah, he remembers because he lost it by inches.
Yeah, trust me, when that happens, you remember it. Drivers are like elephants. We don't forget nothing. We'll remember any race.
Well, we got a 2-pack race going on here, but we're 3 wide, back to back to back. These guys are. It's time to. I don't want to say it's time to go because normally at a super speedway track, time to go is like the last lap, not with 38 to go.
Yeah, and it's really like a 10-11 car breakaway here. Is Dylan Parker in 10th, leading this pack back here with the 19th run of the year on the outside with the 8 of Noah Mowry. So, yeah, these are some playoff guys here also. So we got the 3 of Dylan Parker, Aaron Cole, Noah Mowry, Matthew Piscata, Jay Bell. Well, no, not Jay Bell. William in the 18, the 44 Eric Moore, the 38 Davey Hendricks. So all these playoff guys back here while Chastain is leading. He's getting small built from it. Wow, Bryson Clark, 62 is Zach there, doing awesome racing up there.
Yeah, this is really great. It's maybe a little bit hairy for 38, 37 to go, but all is well, sort of, hopefully.
Well, if I'm a driver, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But if in this seat right now, Brian, I'm grinning. So we'll take what we can get, right? So 75 there on the outside, leading that lane, that bright pink 75 machine. 22 out there on the outside, Bryce Clark leading the top line, third lane, dropping back just a little bit. We'll have to cool down a little. Looks like he's gonna lose maybe some help there. Derek Newsom stays with him, but yeah, strong racing. And look, this other pack here got single filed out. They're starting to do a good little draft off this front pack. So Dylan Parker pushes up to the front with the 19 Jordan Pierre.
Some really good racing going on up front here. Just watching these two lines go back and forth, trying to battle it out. As Ed Burrell's looking to the outside, trying to make a 3-wide for the lead, but nobody's going to go with him, so he's going to go backwards.
He has no friends, and look how wiggly these cars they are in the draft. Wow. They're fighting some loose cars. Look at that 7. That 7 is... Wow. Very unstable.
Yeah, it's tough to see.
It's tough to see. That's another thing. These cars just... when you're tucked up behind one of these other cars, you just see a spoiler. There's really nothing else to see in just the rear bumper. So
yeah, good point.
Very claustrophobic. So
yeah, you have to take the trust as look at the 15 slicing and dicing, and he brings it back down. Wow. But what you're saying there, Zach, yeah, you can't see in front of you, so you're putting the trust in the car in front of you, and then you put the trust in the car. That car is trusting the car in the front. It's all about trust.
Yeah, you're hoping the guy that's in front of you, you hope that he's not going to abruptly check up, and if he does, he's going to, come on the mic and give you a warning. I always try to, as I'm coming up behind somebody and getting a push, I try to, try not to make that checkup so abrupt. But if you do, hopefully you give a little bit of a warning. That can prevent a lot of wrecks. I feel like a lot of wrecks happen because of that here in Iracing.
Right.
15 trying to side draft that 22. He's in the middle lane following the 24. 62 out front for now, as the 75 is in the front on the outside lane. The 7 and 61 up way up top there in the third group, trying to make something work up there. As the group behind them, they're still single file. Not sure if they're trying to catch them or can't catch them or intentionally staying back. I have no clue.
I think they're intentionally staying back because they do got to make one more pit stop here tonight. So I don't think it's time to go. You could do I guess you could do the leapfrog, was what I call it. Pit early, and as long as you got some friends to come with you, don't want to go down there by yourself.
Yeah, that can work if all the guys you're pitting with, if you can come down pit road quick and not run into any trouble, don't slide through your box, and if you come out of pit road all bunched together so you don't have to catch up to each other, that can really work. But here at Talladega, undercuts really aren't a thing since you're running the same speed throughout the whole run. Tire wear isn't a huge issue, especially on in this package. The old package, sometimes you get a little tight on the entry of 3 and the entry of 1 just because of tire wear. But this package, running so much downforce, you don't really feel that as much.
Right, got so much grip out there.
Yeah, it gripped for days. Yeah. That's kind of what we say every week with these things.
Well, we'll see what NASCAR decides to do with these cars, in 2020.
Yeah, 2021, to 2020 next year is it's going to be this car, same package.
You don't think they're going to change
2020.
anything at Daytona?
They haven't.
Yeah,
Yeah, not yet.
Well, they announced the package is going to stay the same. So.
yeah.
So
Cool.
we're going to have this package all next year until they bring out the new car.
The new car. Yeah, they're
Okay.
focusing pretty much on the new car, just so teams don't have to pay. Really looking about
spend a
money
bunch
for the teams not to change, to a different package for
Mhm.
1 year.
Right.
So we're just going to see what we have until we get the new car. But yeah, the drafting package is wild, and that's what we're seeing tonight. And we were talking about pit stops. Well, we're 10 laps within pit stops right now for the final stop of this race. Could be the money stop to win you this thing. It's so crucial. How many mistakes did we see in the first one? One that I can count on one hand. So
How many cars are in the field?
yeah, exactly. So and it's spreading us out very much. So it's going to be the key. Oh, here's a
62 dropping back.
Well, not only that,
trying to get with teammates here for pit stops, I think.
yeah, because I was watching the backpack, and earlier there, Brian, you were talking about it. You're not sure what they were doing. Well, they caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. I think they were having maybe a little bit of trouble trying to catch up because, as we said earlier, running side by side with this package is a little bit faster than single file. So they could have had a little bit of trouble. But yeah, the 5 and the 3 continue to be, at the tail end of the front pack. It was like that at the end of stage 1 there,
Mhm.
after pit stops, once the field got separated, and here again. So 62, I don't think that worked out for him.
Well, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but that 15 is blinking every once in a while, and that's dangerous. Being in the pack like that.
It can be very dangerous, that's for sure.
I mean, I'm not blaming him. It's an internet-based game, but man, when you blink out and come back, it makes drivers, around you get very nervous, I guess.
Yeah, and especially here at Talladega, running so close, and the other thing that goes along with it is I'm not entirely sure, because I don't think anybody's figured this out yet, but when a car blinks out like that, are you getting the draft off of them when they disappear? Do you lose that draft from them as well? I don't think anybody's really figured that out. But
As he just blinked out now, and I don't even know where he's at.
he's right behind and inside the 75.
Oh, there he is.
That's
Okay.
super dangerous.
Did he blink out for y'all?
Yeah, he blinked out for me for a little bit, but now I found him.
He blinked out and then he was back in, but he was inside the 75.
I haven't seen him actually blink yet. That's weird.
Oh. Wow, Matthew Chastain brings that 75 right up there to the front now. I've talked much about him.
Some playoff guys here getting some playoff lap sled. So,
and we're counting down to 27 laps to go here, Zach and Brian. 18 laps. So Matthew's at 18 laps on his stint. We got some drivers, the 7's 15 laps. We got the 15, 17 laps. So we're looking between 18 to 15 laps on their stint. So 15 to 18 laps. So we got different fuel mileage going on right here.
Yeah, I think you're going to see pit stops within, I'd say, the next 3 laps for sure. Maybe 4. So, really at 22 to go, I think we'll see stops start to pop off.
Yeah, that's when I think everything's going to open up. Everybody, pit road will start opening up for all these drivers to come down and get their final pit stop. And we seen earlier how they struggle getting down in there, sliding through. So, what do they do to adjust that to not happen here on the last pit stop? Because that could be the race for the win, or it could be the race for the loss.
Well, that's the biggest thing they'd be focusing on. Getting on pit road, no speeding, getting in the box nice and clean, 4 tires on fuel. No worry about how much fuel you got to put in the car. Fill it up, put 4 in there, and hit your marks. That's really what you got to think about as a driver right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said earlier, this last pit stop, how many is going to take 4 tires? They're going to have some drivers gamble, get fuel that they need, take no tires, and try to get out. Teams might be working on that kind of strategy. Do you take 2 tires? Do you do what Brian said? Do you take just left tires? Because it's faster on the pit stop. So, I mean,
Well, and going back to the race for the win, for the playoff guys, it's not just the win; it's for all the points. You don't know which point that you miss out on is the one that's going to cost you the championship.
Yeah.
So for some of these guys here tonight, it might be the points they miss out here in this race. And for other guys, it might be next week or the next week. So got to get everything you can get and just try your best and be as flawless as you can be.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly, Brian. I mean, every point matters. Every position matters. So, something Jurassic. We haven't seen the big one yet.
The 15 blows up. He got overheated.
Oh, yeah. There goes his motor. That thing just
Everybody did
popped.
a good job. Everybody did a good job of not that being a wreck.
Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't the big one right there.
Wow.
Yeah, I think 15. He's got to roll himself back to the pits under no power.
Well, he's got no power. I would get off the track.
I believe he still has a fast repair, so he'll be able to grab that, end up being 2 or 3 laps down. But
yeah, but why is he coasting on the track? Get off the track.
Well, he ain't dropping any fluid. There's no fluids in
I see it. He's spitting water. No. Oh, sorry. I just had to go with some kind of headline there. Anyways.
We're all single file now. Except for the 55.
Yeah.
He's somehow making ground all by himself.
Well.
Yeah, this is a single file due to pit stops coming in very soon.
Yeah, I think everybody's getting single file, getting ready to call their pit stops like you were saying there, Zach. Let's see when these guys are right.
88.
88, we got one going.
Ooh. Is that it?
Everybody else stays out, so they're going to go 23 laps now here. I wonder if they're going to go to lap 20, and that will give them a buffer for a green-white checkered.
Yeah.
If we have that.
That's what you're seeing.
And if it comes down, if we have more than one green-white checkered, we might see drivers being like, oh, crap, got to make a pit stop because they got no more fuel to make to the end of the race. So, I mean...
Well, like I said, if someone can stretch their fuel as far as anybody has today, we'll see. So, and we've seen 23 green flag laps be ran, and these guys have not where we're getting the numbers from aren't all green flag laps. So,
right.
You could have been saving under that there and then saving under this, and you can see someone maybe go with the caution laps included, maybe 26. So we'll see if someone can save enough to have that advantage. I think that's a smart strategy if you're one of these guys that are back. I mean, you can ride in line and just save enormous amounts of fuel. So we'll see. But Chastain up here leading lots of laps. He's trying to get that, like we said, extra bonus for leading the most. But he's also got a pole sitter there, Gavin Martin, who's kind of snuck back into the picture. I didn't even notice Gavin Martin in 24. So
me either, up until you said something.
Yeah, he's popped back up in there. I believe him and Chastain are teammates there, guys. So yeah, you got the teammates there on the 24 and the 75.
Oh, so you come down.
Coming up here.
There we go.
So that's going to bring the,
money stop.
24 Gavin Martin, 75 of Matthew Chastain, 22 of Bryson Clark, 61 of Corey Cook, the 8 of Noah Mowry, who was also a teammate in the 75 of 24, and the 55 of Nick.
Oh no, he got turned. Who was that? The 61?
61 got turned.
Cook. Yeah.
Yikes.
The 24 creeped it down really slow.
The 22 a bit too far left. He's it's going to slow him down. Seems like 75 got a clean entry to his pit box.
Yeah.
The 8 as well.
Here comes the leaders back around turn 4. Derek.
Yeah, I would imagine they're going to be ducking. Yep, here they come. Next pack is coming
5,
in.
The 3, the 19, the 62, 21.
Wow.
And I believe the 18 also there. So
You see that 3 come down entering pit road. I mean, he came in hot and got that thing woed down, and wow, good job. See, everybody makes it
every second you can.
Well, he gained it all right because he came in there hot. All right, well, now that gives the lead up there to Paul and the 10. Looks like they got a pack going on right here of 5 cars. We should be seeing them hitting pit road here. With Jade, Paul. Yep, here they come. They're all making their pit stops. And now we got everything cycling around here. With 19 laps, 18 laps to go.
They've got the 24, the 8, and the 75 all bunched up together. So you get back up to speed. See where they end up here as the rest of the guys come out.
And it looks like everybody took 4 tires and 2 cans of fuel, like you called there, Zach. So looks like that's going to give the lead to the 3 there, Parker. After we cycle around here, I believe.
Yeah, I believe Dylan Parker will be the leader there. So,
well,
Lee Hendricks and them are coming out the pits here, and that lead, they will easily take this lead here.
well like I said, I mean, sorry, Zach. If you go back and watch the replay, he came in hot. I mean, it shows right there, entering pit road, how much time you can gain by doing it right.
Definitely you can gain a lot. I see Davey still. I think Davey may be all right here. These guys are just coming with a big head of steam. It's going to die out though as they kind of split there. Davey's still getting up the speed here. He's going to have teammate Darren Cole there. 10.
Yeah, it looks like it should be okay.
Yeah, the 3 actually pulled out of that line. And that's what kind of caused him to lose their head of steam, but he did that to get to his teammate there in the 5.
Oh, now that top line's looks like that top line's getting ahead of steam now. This is going to get dicey here very shortly because we got that little second pack back there. They're in line. They're going to catch right up to these leaders fast. With that 24, he's coming. Matthew Chastain.
Eric Newsom, currently the leader. He may lead this lap. Will be interesting to see who leads the most laps here.
Yeah.
Here comes the 24 Gavin Martin, the 8 Noah Murray, and 75 Matthew Chastain teammates here. They had a pretty big head of steam build up just due to they had pit 1 lap earlier than all these other guys.
Do you guys want to take how many lead changes we had just at the line? And we can times that by 5?
We've had at least 43.
You're pretty. Nah, well, kind of close. Right now we're at 32.
Oh,
Wow.
Man, you made me think it was a lot more.
32, so 32 times 10. Because they're swapping position here, but
Yeah.
look who got that
Lead.
ZL1 Camaro out there in the front.
Yeah, he's set on the pole here. Gavin Martin at 24. 3 playoff teammates right here. The 8 to 24 75 put himself in good position. It's heating up though now, guys. This is where the playoff guys, you can see a lot of these yellow banners starting to pop out.
Mm-hmm.
They stay back all race, just waiting for this moment here to get the most points they can at the end of this. It's going to get wild.
Yeah, got 15 laps to go here tonight. SlideJawb Racing League, round 1 of their playoffs at Talladega, sweet home Alabama. Yeah,
You know, the good news is for the 24, the 8, and 75, you know, they got themselves up front. So now all they have to do is play defense. They don't have to go and try to get positions. They just have to keep them, which can sometimes be a little bit advantageous. You know, when you have strength in numbers like they do right there on the bottom.
Right. Well, I wonder if Longshot's going to get the win here. Or are we going to see a different team get a win, a new team? Or, I mean, we didn't talk much about teams either here tonight. As We're winding down here tonight. Now we're up to 33 lead changes times 100. Because now we got Jordan there, 19, taking the lead. But you know what? Now 38 there of, I believe, yes, that is Davey. He's, well, I thought he was going to make it 3 wide there for a minute, but he decided to fall back behind Matthew.
Yeah, we're about 10 laps too early before we start going 3 wide.
Wow.
Yeah, no. Ed Burrell, though, up front now on 21, getting him a lap lead.
I was wrong. We're 200 feet.
I think my popcorn's ready. I think I need to go get it.
Here comes Davey Hendricks in the 38 up top. Getting to push teammate Darren Cole. You got the 5 and 3 teammates right there. Pushing through the middle. The 7, Derek Houston's going to follow through there.
Well, I thought they would wait till about maybe 5 laps to go, but you know what? They said, nope, we're going to do it with 13 laps to go. Oh, boy. Look at this.
I think a lot of these guys have fast spares still left, so guess what? It's time to race.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Big wreck happens. They got something they can, get back on, get something, they can at least race with.
It was the 3. He got a really big jump out there to the front as his teammate behind him. I pushed him way out there.
You got the 75 coming up 2 now in the middle, so it's going to be 4 cars compared to the 3 on the bottom, and the 5 on top. The 8's kind of a little bit behind. He needs to catch up to this draft here a little bit. He should be all right. As the 18's into the wall.
Oh, yeah, he falls all the way back to 13th.
Yeah, Noah was able to catch up down there, so that's good for him. Now look, just 2 on the bottom. The 19 and the 21, everybody going up higher, switching lanes here.
Well,
yeah,
that
24 got out of there.
Sorry, Brian. Yeah, I was just going to bring up, too. I mean, we're about 10 to go here tonight with these guys. Now the question is how far can you push without blowing up and overheating? And you got to play that game yet, too.
Oh, about half a mile less than the 15.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Yeah, the 15 found that out the hard way, didn't he?
He did, and that's, unfortunately for him, blew his engine, but hopefully these guys learned from his mistake and say, hey, he was in 2nd place.
I guarantee it won't be the last engine we see blown up.
I don't think so
As
either.
it comes down to the end here, these things heat up so fast, guys. It's tough. Early in the race, you got to manage it. It can easily get out of hand. You got to make it known, apparently, to the other drivers, so you can get your way into some clean air. But it's tough sometimes when you're stuck on the bottom there. And you really have nothing to do. All you can do is really lift and back up and then hope not get ran over. So, yeah, it's a tough racetrack. But right now, Ed Burrell, the 19, or Jordan Beer there.
Well, we got a slow car up here.
Yeah, slow car coming, though.
Now, who is that, the 88?
The 88 Brady, he's going to hold the bottom here.
That's going to push Ed up. Wait, 19's
going to get stuck behind.
19's going to pick him.
Whoa, no.
Wow.
I think 19 was maybe trying to get a run on Ed.
75's going to slam the door in the Chastain. Wow, nice boot down. He slams the door in front of Buddy Clark.
I think Jay just got out of the gas to give room for that 24 there, Zach.
Yeah, oh wow, and the 24 Gamorn, he's stuck in the sucker hole there. Ed Burrell leading here.
He's going forward in the sucker hole.
Yeah, he actually is. Oh wow, that's gonna take out Davey Hendricks and Derek Houston.
Yellow. Wow, we just seen that. Oh man.
So pretty good.
This changes
everything. Let's see.
That's 2 playoff contenders there. Derek do some pretty heavy damage on his car, and the 38 of Davey Hendricks.
All right, let's go and ride here with the 7 and see exactly what happens as, oh yeah, the 24 went up a little bit, and unfortunately we had that net code, and that sent the 7 around, but he didn't collect nobody else, thank God. Whew.
Well, he did get Davey, and Davey is the only guy to actually get anything from that. He got some pretty good front there and some rear end damage there, I believe, because the car was right behind him, got into the rear of him.
Okay.
But yeah, that's 2 playoff drivers, some damage. They believe they both have a fast fix. So
I think those guys do. Yeah.
Yeah, they should be good. That's unfortunate some netcode happened there, and now pretty much these guys leading Eberl, all these guys need to be shutting that car off and saving as much fuel as they can here for if we do get a late race yellow.
Yeah, because I think here at a plate track, I keep calling it a plate track, even though we don't run plates anymore. A super speedway here. I think I would consider staying out here. You don't need tires. But if you're worried about fuel, maybe you come down and get some fuel.
And they just left. Oh my goodness, yeah. Ed just.
Yeah, and looks like the only other race car stay out is Noah in the 8.
Well, this is
maybe
interesting.
Getting some track position there. Yeah, I mean,
Bryson Clark also stays out there, so 3 guys staying out here.
He's going to be our lucky dog here. He's 2 laps down. Only car lap down here running in this race currently.
And Ed is not clutching. He's keeping the motor running.
Yeah, I think he was running up front in his line for the most part of that run. So he's got probably less fuel than the 8 does behind him. But I guess he's confident that he can make it unless he's planning on coming down this time by.
Well, he's only 13 laps on his run, so he's got enough of gas to make it. It's just going to come down to grip on them tires, Brian, Everybody that pitted is going to have better handling on their car because of the tires with the grip. 21 and the 8 are not, of course. Oh, and the 22. I didn't see that either. 22 stayed out. So I think, from 4th on back, they're going to be able to maneuver their car around a little bit better than the 21, the 8, and the 22. What do you guys think? You think grip's going to matter here or no?
Well, the only other thing that I just thought about is, you fill up on fuel, you get that spoiler less in the air. That is the only thing I can think of getting an advantage. Tires, Zach may have more of an idea on this since he's run this racetrack more recently than I have. But for me, tires, at that point in the run, I don't think it's worth giving up track position for.
Yeah, really the only thing I'd be coming down is get some fuel. I wouldn't be worried about tires. It's going to be like you make a little bit more maneuver, your car turn better. But it's it really probably the fuel's the biggest thing. It's and to be sure for the green white checker. Right. I think that's what a lot of the playoff guys did. So, a pretty big issue.
Yeah, well, if we have green, white, checkered 3 times, add that at a 2.66 mile, what are we looking at? 3 laps, that's 246, 12 extra miles plus another. Wow, that's holy mackerel. Yeah, so I mean,
it would add 11 laps if we'd got all 3.
Right,
I believe.
At
and
2
so
miles.
We got 11 laps at 2.66 miles. We got an extra almost 30 miles. Of course, some of those laps are under caution.
Right. But still, fuel-wise, they wouldn't have enough. These top 3 guys wouldn't have enough to make it. No, really?
Maybe under caution they'd be able to.
If they would turn the engine off.
Yeah, or even still, because you even at a 2.5 minute pace lap around this track, you're not burning you're barely burning any fuel under caution.
Right. Okay. I was trying to bring excitement, and you guys ruined it.
I would definitely be saving if I was them, though. I'd be shutting the car off as much as I can to increase that fuel mileage. So they say you can 2 caution laps right here is 1 race lap. You could probably save enough by cutting the car off to make 3 caution laps, 1 race lap. So yeah, you could definitely save some fuel.
Rundown on the chase drivers here. We got a couple up here in the top 5. Got the 8, Honora.
22.
The 22 of Bryson. Got the 3 of Parker. Gavin.
10.
The 24. The 10. The 5 Matthew is in
44.
8th.
38 there, Davey, who was involved in the last wreck, and the 7, Derek Newsom involved. 12th and 13th. Then you got William also there in 14th, yes, and Matthew Chastain, unfortunately, they're 18th. So he will round up
That's
playoff guys.
He's got to make some positions up here.
Yeah, he's
and
got
quick because he's going to be way far behind because a lot of these playoffs guys are up
either, so or stage points. So very interested.
Oh, 1 to green, 5 laps to go. We'll see how this all plays out, guys. This race is not over here tonight, as they're gonna get. And I didn't say the word all night, Zach, but I gotta say it. They're gonna get freaky nuts.
Well, that's it's a good thing you saved that word because they are about to. This is about to be insane.
Is that pot boiling like you say, Brian? Are we at the temperature yet?
I forget the word for it, but we're instantly going from a liquid to a gas here.
Gas?
It's instantaneous.
Wow.
Sublimation, that's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Got some sublimation going on.
Zach with the top terms.
There we go.
Science.
There we go. Oh boy, what are we gonna do with you guys? I don't know.
Well,
hopefully nothing too bad.
Yeah, but no. I'd be lost without you.
Amazing finish here, and yeah, got Ed Burrell though. He's led some laps now and kept it up front, but the first 3 non-pitters. And
yeah, and he hasn't had a win yet here at SlideJawb either. So, and he started what 17th, 18th,
17th.
17th, yeah.
They're 19th. So
yeah, so I mean, I don't know if he would be the biggest mover of the race either.
Well, to be equal to Bryson.
Yeah.
So. But we'll see here as this pace car will begin to pull off here as they come off the bank into turn 4 here in Alabama. Man.
Oh boy, here we go. 5 laps to go. The official pace car is going to duck in pit road, and that flagman's going to set him sail. Takes about, about a lap to get up to speed. So, here we go.
See what Ed does here through the trial. If he goes early or decides to go late.
Looks like he's holding the line back a little
he's
bit.
probably going to go when that green flag goes. That's the best thing to do.
Yep, and green's out. Ed's going to stomp on that gas pedal. And here we go.
And I hate to say this, but my big wreck sense is tingling.
Yes, mine is too. My spider senses are tingling.
Yes, they definitely are. We'll have to see how this plays out. Oh, we got a blinker that got one. All right there now, but no on the outside leading the charge. Here comes the 10.
Whoa.
Big run from Darren Cole.
Wow, all by himself,
those
too.
3 tried to stick his nose in there. 8 cut him off.
Yeah. He's going to have a teammate there, Eric Moore there to 44. He's going to come a little bit too late to the help party, but wow, what a move from the 10 there.
It was the 5 tries to get behind his teammate, and the 3, the 10's going to cut him off. He's going to be stuck in the middle. Oh, there's not a lot of space there, guys.
Oh, they're beating and banging. Ed Burrell's looking in the mirror saying, I love it. 2 by 2, all the way back through the field with 3 laps to go. See who gets
trying to get in the middle.
Oh,
see,
man.
the 10 there, Darren Cole, he did a great move there to keep the 3 and the 5 separated there. That was really
not a leader of Ed Burrell. The rest of the guys are playoff guys, so. Oh, there's a wreck in the back. That was a manual.
So you're here.
Oh, I didn't hear or see it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. He just got pushed by Matthew Chastain, and they just sent him sideways into the outside wall.
Oh,
Some of
wow.
that Camaro nose stuff going on.
Yeah. And we stay green, though.
Yeah.
2 laps to go here. As we got the top line forming up, trying to get going, but now we got a third line trying to gather themselves. And, oh, we got who was that in the 14 into the wall?
Yeah, a little bit, not too bad. Going into 3, this is about to get crazy.
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
55 going to the outside of the 10 with a 62 pushing behind him. 10 tried to look. Oh, and the 10 gets into the 3. The 21 goes around, and that's the.
Oh, and there's the big one.
But a lot of guys actually saved that.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, Ed Burrell went through a race car, went through the 62. So Zach got really lucky there.
Yeah.
The 10 went to block the high side, the 3 went up high when the 10 went up, and then the 10 closed the door, or went down to go through the hole. That equated in the 3 coming back down across his nose, and the 21 getting caught actually, and the 22 of Bryson Clark also on the hard into the inside wall. Oh, Bryson Clark taking really the hardest hit of anybody.
And Ed Burrell was an innocent bystander. He just got clipped and around he went.
Yeah, he was just going along like everything was fine, and all of a sudden he was sideways. Got the 14, he's got some engine damage. Hopefully he has his mulligan to use.
Wow. Well, we'll bring it back live here now. As we were saying, first attempt, green, white, checkered.
That's true. The streak is alive.
That's right. Well, we didn't get a record. We had to keep the streak going, right? Every race but 2, and they were road courses. That's what this league brings. Hard action, racing. Drivers don't give up. They don't move over. They race. And they go for the gusto. They go for it all.
Yeah, it's just like a really good football game where one team, is up 28-3 at halftime, and then, towards the end of the game, that team with 3 points somehow comes back and scores 35 and makes you wait for overtime to see that happen.
Yeah. As you scream at the TV.
Oh. Wow, the 10 comes in here, so does Noah and the 8. I think these guys are coming down to make sure they have plenty of fuel. The 10 does have a little damage, so he'll probably give him a fast fix.
Yeah, does he have one available?
I think so, possibly.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
There's a lot of guys that got damaged in that caution at the end of the stage there. I don't think they used their fast repair. Maybe a couple of them did. I think all these guys should be good. Because this race is surprisingly been really, really clean. It's really good to see that.
Yeah, we only have a total of 3 yellows, 3 cautions here tonight. And one was, well, I can't say no, they're all. One was not for a stage, even though it happened at the stage. So 3 yellows, not bad. We're up to 38 lead changes at the line. Holy moly. And whoever thought that 55 of Nick would be up there? STP. Richard Petty.
He's got a throwback scheme on there. How many cubic inches is he sporting under the hood there? What does that say?
355. I don't know.
Maybe
305?
It's got to be bigger than that. 358. That's a 5.7 liter right there.
There you go. All right.
A little bit bigger. That's actually 5.8.
Hit the zoom button. I don't have a zoom button. I can't zoom in or out. Well, let's see here. Who's 55? Is he on a team?
Let's see, Nick Aquir is here.
I don't believe so. He's in the general.
So is he independent?
Maybe an independent here, working by himself, possibly with 19 of Jordan. Is there in team communications?
All right. Okay.
19's a little bit back behind him in 5th.
Well, they are in general.
So who's the 62 or Zach? Because we got the 44. He's a long shot.
Zach is actually in the peak performance racing group.
Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out for everybody out there, if they don't know who's on what team as we go back green, who's going to try to, get latched up together, because we got the 38 and the 44. They're both on the same team. So they might be able to hook up with each other and try to, freight train to the front.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of that could be some, we could see some dicing and all that stuff going on too. So that, or do you leave your teammate hanging? You just stay where you're at, I don't know.
That's one thing I was going to bring up, is that unless you have a very, very loyal teammate, the teammates might not even matter here, as we got a green-white checkered. Some teammates will say, hey, look, I'll push you next time, you can push me. But some of them, they're like, nope, it's all about me. I'm going to go for the win. And that's okay, too. That's what it's about.
Right. Well, and I know, bringing up this topic, we talked to Matthew, our All-Star winner last week, and he wasn't worrying about, he was about helping his teammate, and he wasn't worried about positions and anything. So I don't know if that 5, where is the 3? So they're not close to each other, are they?
No, the 3, he got caught up in that wreck. The 5, I believe, was clean.
Right.
So the 5 is going to be restarting here in 9th, and the 3 is going to be 17th.
Ooh.
So very separated here.
Yeah.
And, this is how quickly things change, because last restart, we were talking about how the 75 needs to get some spots because a lot of the playoff guys were up ahead of him. But he's now up in the 8th, and 3's down in 17th. So now 3 has to make up some positions here.
Yeah, and that just,
And the 8 as well.
This is the first race of, the playoffs. So, I mean, every position counts, but wait till next week when it really starts. Each race as we go through the playoffs is going to just be more and more and more intense, for drivers, because now you start looking at the position that you're in and how many positions you got to gain to get them points, who you're racing against, and, stuff like that. So, I mean, you always want to start out strong in the playoffs, but you just got to keep that momentum going at the same time.
Yeah, that's the thing. This race is extremely stressful as a driver, but this race does determine how stressful the rest of your playoff is going to be.
Right. Very, very true. Very true. Well, we got
these next 2
to
laps are going to be the most stressful maybe of the season right now. How you start off, like you said, Brian, your playoffs. So, man, big deal for these guys here. You got Eric Moore there, first playoff driver in the 44. Davey Hendricks there, his teammate actually there in the 38. Derek Newsom in the 7th, he's 6th. Matthew Chastain, who's up to 8th now, actually. He was way down the order. Matthew Piscata there in the 5 is down the 9th. Gavin Morton 10th. Darren Cole in the 10 machine is 12th. William in the 18 is 13th. And then Bryson Clark was involved in the last wreck, and Dylan Parker also 16th and 17th, with Noah 18th. So it's pretty spread out here for the playoff guys. We're coming down the back straightaway, so this is the last time. Hope for a lot of these guys, hoping the last time they have to go down this back straightaway with pace speeds. But we have a possibility of 2 more, so you never know. This could get pretty drawn out here, and we could have someone from 18th position right now, be in the front by the end. So
are you talking, last time, and some of these guys hoping it's the last time? Well, if something does happen, it might be somebody's last time.
Yeah, a possibility. Yeah, if they use their quick fix, mulligan, like you call it, Brian, and they get wrecked at something, yeah, it could be they could be pulling it behind pit wall, which is, if it's one of the chase drivers, yachts,
I sure am glad I'm up here.
Yeah, right. I mean, and poor Ed Burrell, he was leading the race before that yellow came out and got clipped, and now he's back in 15th. We'll see if he can power his way back up to the lead. As Nick in that 55 STP Ford is gonna set him sail here after we go through the tri-oval. Have to wait. Oh, and he's
takes off.
gone.
Good lord.
He did that before.
He did that earlier.
Yeah.
He did that earlier.
Green,
Let's see
green,
if it hurts him here. It's going to split the pack up pretty big, though, here.
Yeah, and that's gonna hurt him.
Big runs are going to be coming here.
Yeah.
62.
He
with
got
the 38 in tow.
Actually going to help the 38 out a lot.
Yeah. Here comes Derek Newsom on the high side, too, and that's going to be a wreck.
The 19
Oh,
gets
no.
moved. I think we're going to hold her on the bottom.
It's green, though.
They're gonna stay green. Yes, we do.
Oh,
Oh,
the
no, we
24.
don't. The
That's
24 is going
that's
around.
gonna
Do we
stay
stay
That's going to be
green?
green.
So stay green.
All right. Well, if you're gonna wreck somebody, wreck them on the inside.
Yeah, Gavin Martin, a playoff driver there.
Wow.
Very, very unfortunate.
62 of Zach there. Takes the lead. Side by side there was Will come to the white flag. Here comes the big run. Teammate Eric Moore in the 44 gives the big
Oh,
shot.
what
to
a
David
shot.
Hendricks.
Oh, here comes Matthew
shot.
Chastain too.
You hold on to
And
that.
Matthews got it. Oh, Chastain through the middle. He's
Yeah.
shoving his way through the
This
middle.
is gonna work.
Oh.
This is gonna work. Oh, it worked.
Oh, it
Oh,
worked,
for
actually.
now.
The 75 with the big move.
Wow.
He's bottom.
Look at
He's
him.
a madman.
Oh,
no,
it doesn't matter. It's the white flag. It's the white flag. Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
the 7 gets turned by the
Oh,
5.
the whole field. Wait.
No.
Oh,
The 62 gets turned
Oh,
by the
my
38, the
goodness.
70. Oh, the 10.
Who's that? Here
Everybody.
comes Ed Burrell. Ed Burrell. Ed Burrell. Where's Ed Burrell?
He's gonna win this race.
Is Ed Burrell gonna win this race? Oh my
No, it's the
goodness.
18 of William Almond. He's
18. He had the 18.
I'm sorry. I lost them. I don't even know where. Okay.
what
The
just
18
happened?
to the outside the forward, Paul Turner.
Oh, you can't do it. 18.
Oh my
Holy cow.
goodness.
18
This is
wins,
why
and he's a playoff driver, guys.
he is. That is
David
huge,
Hendricks comes to
huge,
his fifth,
huge.
I think.
I don't even know how to
No?
interview this guy right now. I don't even know what to say. I'm totally. I'm
Dylan Parker
dumbfounded.
fifth.
The
Playoff driver,
whole.
Dylan Parker. Wow.
46,000
Ed
is
Burrell
the difference
third.
between.
Paul Turner second. First is the 18. And he came across the start finish line there in 12th position at the time, that time before. And I'm going to tell you, you need to go back and watch how he made it through it. That was amazing.
About to say, I'm about to do that.
Oh,
Well, let's see if I can go back. I don't know if I can go back on him. Let me see. All right, there we go. We'll watch
He
this
missed
here
two
on the
completely.
replay. Let's go to the blimp cam here. As you can see him, got one car going on the inside. He's still pushing. Oh, now he just missed that one. Oh, he missed that one. Now he's down on the
Narrowly missed.
Oh, and he missed the 62. The 19 just missed him. Oh, he hits the 4 of Paul, pushes
He
him
did
up.
a bit of
And,
net code.
yeah, and he pushed him up in turn 3 and 4, which that's what gave him
That's
the
it.
win.
Yeah, you could say that's a pass down below the yellow line.
Yeah, is that?
And it doesn't matter though.
I am just.
Wow.
I don't know what to say right now.
See, that's iRacing at Talladega.
That is.
Like I said, I'm glad I'm up here.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get our top 3 here. As we were just talking about Ed Burrell, being the car back in 15th position. He's gonna bring it all the way up to 3rd and finish in the top 3 after being involved into that wreck leading the race. So
one thing real quick. Sorry, Robert.
No,
but
go
so
ahead.
William Almond, so first, second, third started 20th, 16th, 17th.
the back of the pack
What a race!
finishes in the top. Okay. And look who also finished in 4th. And he was a lap down the whole race.
He was 2 laps down at one point.
Well, like you said, welcome to
What did you call this race, Robert?
honestly, my brain's so fried right now.
It's a crapshoot.
Yes, thank you, Brian. I'm still trying to gather everything that just happened with that in the back. I mean, okay. Well, let's see if we can get some of the guys in here for the top 3 for a post-race interview. We'll quick run to a quick commercial break and see if we can get them guys. I'm sure they're having a meeting right now, so we'll go and be right back after this quick word. All right. Well, let's see if we have anybody here for a post race. It looks like we have Ed Burrell as of right now in 3rd position. I know William. He was okay.
Oh,
there's Paul. Okay, and we need.
I put him down there, but he went out. I mean, I could put him back.
They may be discussing something.
Yeah. I mean, they may be celebrating it too, but.
All right, well, let's take care of we can do the top.
We'll do 2nd, 3rd.
Yeah, we'll take care of them and see what we can go from there. But all right, well, the floor is yours, guys.
All right, we'll bring 3rd up here to Mr. Brian Johnson, and he'll get talking with Ebro here for 3rd place finish tonight.
All righty. Hey, Ed, it's Brian in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do. How's it going?
Hey, man. Well, fantastic race. You started 20th. But that's fine because you ended up leading some laps where it was up front at the end of the race, and somehow after getting clipped in the rear, to one green white checkered, and you race your way into 3rd. How was that for you?
Well, I kind of aggravated with myself because I didn't realize we had different qualifying patterns, so I screwed up qualifying. But I wasn't worried because you can start dead last and still win at this track. But there at the end, I thought for sure I was definitely going to have at least the top 5 until that wreck on lap, I believe it was 88 or 78, and I thought for sure I was done. But it got busy as a beehive on that last green white checker that we had, and I just managed to get through while everybody else was going one way and the other.
Yeah, absolutely. We were going crazy up here. We didn't know what was going on. We were trying to keep up with it. At first, we thought you were the first one through it, and then we saw ahead of the 18 and the 4 had got through it. But and you started 17th. My bad on that. I was reading the grid wrong. But a big topic we were talking about, and we actually seen the 15 do this, is overheat and blow the engine. Was overheating an issue with you here tonight?
Yeah, when I was tucked up behind someone, it overheated quick, and that's why you see my car dart out to the left. I wish the oil cooler was on the right because it's easier to duck in than it is to duck out. But yeah, I was pushing 285 quite often throughout.
Yeah, absolutely. I was telling these guys out here watching this, I was like, as long as you keep, you don't see the red, you'll be fine. So you finished 3rd here tonight, and let's see, where are we going next week?
Oh gosh, I don't know myself.
I'll find out real quick here.
Okay. Well, I guess, but before we figure out what track we're going to next week, we got Richmond. 4 races left here. Richmond. Okay, so a bit of a short track. How are you feeling about Richmond next week?
I am not a fan of tracks where I have to use the brake other than a road.
I understand completely. It's a totally different world, especially with this package where it seems like we're flat foot half of the time. But before I let you go and celebrate your 3rd place finish, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just the Colonial Riders for backing this league, and to Frog Alley Brewing to sponsor my car, and to everybody else who comes out and races, and you guys who call the race. You do a great
All right. Well, thank you, Ed, and congratulations, and we'll see you here next week.
You bet, but I doubt it'll be in the podium.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
All right, that was our third place man of Eberl. So he had an up and down finish there. Came back to their finish in the second or third position. So, but I'm about to talk to the second place man of Paul Turner, who actually was our stage winner. So he had a pretty good night there. So we will get talk with him. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Hey, Paul, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, Zach. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, Paul. Loud and clear. Awesome, man. Well, what an awesome finish there for you. You came across the line there before that when the white flag came out in ninth position. Ended up coming home in second, and you actually got the stage win the night too. So, how did your night go here in Talladega?
Well, obviously, a win better than like any other night I've had, but it was fun. The stage win just kind of just happened that way. Going for the end, I was trying to run with my long shot motorsports teammates and hopefully get them up front, and then just saw wrecking in front of me, tried to avoid it, and kept my foot in the gas and kept going forward.
Yeah, that was a wild ride there. I rode with you there, and you did a good job of limiting the damage that you took and got her to the end. So good job on that, Paul. Next week we head to Richmond. I know you're not in the playoffs, but how you feeling for Richmond next week?
Short tracks are kind of not my thing, so I don't want to get in anybody's way that's in the playoffs. So I'll probably just kind of ride in the back and let things play out and see how they end up.
10-4, Paul. Well, before we let you go, man, for your second place finish tonight, anybody you want to send a shout out to?
Just a shout out to my team. Just a shout out to Davey and Jade and Eric and Darren. They're always fun to race with, and we had a plan, and just Talladega, it just didn't work out that way. But I hope Davey goes up and cinches up this championship.
10-4, Paul. Well, you have a great night, man, and we'll catch you next week in Richmond.
You guys have a good one too. Thank you.
All right, that was our second place man, Paul Turner. But we have a very happy young man, I'm sure, of William here.
Yeah.
In the 18 coming home after crossing the start finish line in 12th. So I'm sure Robert, see how you can contain him, because I'm sure he's gonna be excited. So
yeah, I'm gonna try to contain myself and see what I can say, because wow, what a wild ride. Williams, Robert up here in the booth at Freaky Fast. You got a copy there, man?
10-4.
Well, man, I don't know where to even start this interview with you. Congratulations on making the chase, for here at Colonial Riders Cup Series here with SlideJawb Racing League. But, man, well, before we even get to the end of the race, let's go and talk about, how the race was for you up till the last lap, basically, of what happened there.
So basically, my plan was just to really stay in the back. I'm trying to just avoid all the wrecks, but there weren't that many today. We drove pretty clean, but I felt like we had a chance really at the end because our car could push really well. I just didn't think everything would work out towards the end where we would have a shot at winning, but man, it just played perfectly into our hands today.
Oh, amen. Didn't it, man? I'm sure you get your first win of the season here, season 4 with these guys. It helps you in the chase. But all right, well, let's go to the last lap of the carnage. We watched you go through the field. You were left and right dodging. You look like you're playing dodgeball on vehicles going through the field. You get down into turn 3 with Paul Turner there, and you came up the track. You pushed him up the track a little bit, and you got up underneath him there and got into the lead. Give us your final thoughts of that last lap coming out of turn 2 and all of a sudden seeing just cars all over the place.
My initial reaction coming off of 2 was, I'm just going to go low, see if I have a shot. Then some lanes started opening up, and I was like, hey, I'll get through this, get a top 3. Then some more lanes opened up, and I was like, maybe I can win this, and it ended up working.
Yeah, working. We were all up here in the booth here, and we just got shell shocked. I mean, we were all just like, what just happened? I mean, literally, we all just stopped, and then we're like, well, who's in the lead? And we're like, wait, Ed Burrell's in the lead. Wait, no, Williams. Wait, who's Paul? And we were so confused. I was clicking on buttons trying to figure out who was where and what, and then we finally seen you go across the start finish line. So. I mean, how's it feel to get that first victory, the first win of the season? And not only that, it's the first win with you being in the chase yet. I mean, that's got to just help you there, man.
I mean, yeah, it definitely helps. We're gonna have some momentum going into Richmond next week.
Yeah.
But not even that. I just feel like this accomplished now that I finally won in this series.
Right. Yeah, it's a monkey off your back. I mean, you finally can say, "Hey, I won." Yeah, it might be a super speedway race, but still, a win's a win. Doesn't matter how you get it. So, I mean, we're heading into Richmond, as you said, and you got momentum now going into there. How do you feel about going to Richmond? Can you carry that there? You're pretty good there at that track.
I'm just gonna be putting in practice laps all week, trying to get as good as I can. So I can, maybe get 2 in a row if we're fortunate enough.
Right. Well, getting the laps in, it gives you the momentum. And, now that you got the points up there, you got to try to hold that ground. So even if you come out with the top 5 next week, I mean, that's accomplishment. And that helps you stay up there in the lead, in the chase.
That's definitely our goal, at least a top 5 next week. Even a top 10 will feel good. But I feel like we could definitely go with a win so we can show that we're not just a super speedway team.
Right.
We can contend.
Right. Well, after that, we go to Atlanta, and then after that, we have Bristol, and then we go to Auto Club. So it's going to be, an up and down. You go from a 3/4 track to a mile and a half track to a short track. And then you go to a 2-point, not super speedway, but a 2,
Yeah, but I mean, these tracks in the playoffs, you really have to drive them, or else you're gonna mess up. Like today, Talladega, you can't mess up, or else there's gonna be something bad, like you might DNF or something. Then at Richmond, it's just like such a grueling track, and then I feel like Bristol, it's just Bristol, anything can happen.
Yeah.
It's like the Talladega of short tracks, in my opinion.
Yep. And then you go to Auto Club, 2-mile track. It was like a Talladega. But that's a fun track to race there too. So
Talladega will definitely just try and stay up front. Something we didn't do today, but it worked. So I don't know. Maybe we'll try the same strategy.
Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, man, congratulations again on your first victory to get this monkey off your back here at SlideJawb Racing League, brought to you by Colonial Riders. Is there anybody you want to give a final shout-out to before I let you go celebrate, man?
I'd like to shout out my sponsor, Twin Cities Aviation. They sell airplane parts, so if you need them, you can go ahead and just look at them online, Twin Cities Aviation.
All right. Well, okay. Well, yeah, make sure everybody go check that out if you need any of them parts. It's awesome that you got a good sponsor there, and I'm sure they're happy to see that car there in Victory Lane, and hopefully you get to carry it on to next week at Richmond, man. But congratulations again here from Freaky Fast.
Thanks.
All right, that was our winner of William. And the 18, the playoff driver, and going to be a good playoff night for him there.
Yeah, well. Okay, well, I'm still trying to gather my brain here on that last lap. We have the unofficial results up here. If you want to run through them real quick, Brian, and then we'll get our final thoughts here tonight at Talladega here with these guys, and we'll get ready to move on to the next one at Richmond next week.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, tonight, your winner, we just got finished talking with him. Nice young man there. Willie Momman comes home the victor here at Talladega. Behind him is going to be Paul Turner in second, Ed Burrell in third, Freddie Clark fourth, Dylan Parker fifth, Darren Cole sixth, Corey Cook seventh, Jordan Bier eighth, Gavin Martin ninth, Bryson Clark 10th, Derek Newsom 11th, Jade Bell 12th, Nick Acquier 13th, Eric Moore 14th, Matthew Piscata 15th, Davey Hendricks 16th, Zach Probst 17th, Matthew Chastain 18th, Noah Mowry 19th, and Emmanuel Wolf unfortunately popped his piston there and is going to finish 20th.
All right, that's your unofficial result here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway, Sweet Home, Alabama, here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting and SlideJawb Racing League. What's your guys' final thoughts? I don't even know where to go. I don't even know what to say. All I can say is carnage at the end, and we seen it coming. We were waiting for it, and it happened. And it just didn't happen once on that last lap. It happened twice. I don't even know what to say. I mean, the floor is your guys. If you have anything else to add to that, I mean.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost for words as well. So I've really only got three. It's sometimes Talladega happens.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way to put it. But yeah, I'm gonna just say, pretty much this is a great way to start off the playoffs. Wild shakeup here. I'm not the as a driver, I'm not the biggest fan of the plate racing, just due to the I guess you could say the unreliability of making it to the end. You're dealing with a lot more going on. It's not in your hands like most races. But man, what a way to kick off the playoffs! Good to see a new winner, and then that also it'll be cool to see him at the top of the playoff leaderboard there. Unless someone maybe got more stage points, but I don't believe anybody did because Paul Turner wasn't a playoff driver and he was our stage winner. So yeah, great race overall here at Talladega. Can't wait to see Richmond next week. One of my favorite racetracks. I feel like we can get some good insight there, and I'm excited to see how these playoffs continue at SlideJawb as it closes on down to the final end of the season, and we'll see who our champion is.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, we've got 5 more weeks to go until we finalize that champion night at Auto Club. But I did say the next 5 tracks that we got coming up there. So, well, yeah, I have to agree with these guys with what you said. It's Talladega. Things happen. It's out of your hands, and you move on to the next week, and it is what it is. I mean, you can't dwell over it. You just prepare yourself and try to rebound back if you had a bad race, and if you're in the front, you try to hold that ground, and you get your practice in, and you get ready to head to Richmond, Virginia next week here at SlideJawb. But I just want to give a quick shout out to iPitting. Thank you for sponsoring Freaky Fast. Make sure you check out iPitting.com. iPitting is a board web-based tool for racing teams of iRacing. It helps you create iRacing series boards, and you can create multiple ones on different platforms and images that you want to share to social media side of all your teammates of what they do. I know Zach Hall here and Brian Johnson's actually, and Cedric Hunter and Bob Skinner. They got one with esports category 5, motorsports esports. I know you changed your name. I apologize. I said it wrong.
Yes, category 5 esports.
Yeah. I was close. I knew that.
Look us up.
Yeah, look it up. I knew there was esports in there, but they have a board and they use it, and so it's pretty awesome program to have. And actually, you can download the program and you can do streaming stuff that he has. But if you just want the web base, you don't have to put nothing on your computer. It's web based. It's run off a browser. You go in, you set it up, you set things up, you do images. Pretty nice program. It's got Twitch integrated into it. But anyways, go check them out over there at iPitting.com. I much appreciate it. I also want to give a shout out to, let's see here. Let's bring up Ford Entertainment Group, or known as FEGPC. The mission is to get you driving a sim of your choice. It can be Corsa, iRacing, R Factor 2, R Factor, Project Cars, Race Room, and many other sim racings that you'd like to, race. It doesn't have to be just one. You can have multiple PC titles on your game of racing, or even other games. Actually, it doesn't have to be racing, but that's what he does for everybody. You'll find the lowest prices guaranteed on brand new parts, custom built PCs for gaming. It also comes pre-installed with every game that you want. It also comes with a 3-year warranty. So make sure you check him out at fegpc.net. And they got videos on there of his custom builds and things like that for your racing league stuff. Not racing league, but your racing PC needs that you want. Builds anything you want, any kind of product you want. It can be Intel, AMD, graphics card. You tell him what you want, and he will build it. And last but not least, I like to give a shout out to Dirty Air Podcast. Make sure you check them guys out every Wednesday night at 9:00 on Facebook, Spotify, Google Play, and dang it, I'm missing one again. iTunes. I always forget that iTunes. I don't know what it is with iTunes. Drives me.
So you're
nuts.
not an Apple guy.
I'm not. I'm like literally I'm not. But anyways, check them guys out on Facebook. They'll be live this Wednesday. They'll be talking about the previous real life racing of Kansas and other F1 news, any kind of motor news that they have, or anything iRacing coming up. They do talk about all that, even though the Peak Series is done now. They still do talk about iRacing and sim and racing in general, and any kind of news. So make sure you check them out if you have time on Wednesday night. Hop in, give them a chat, say hi, hit a like, hit a follow, and follow them on Facebook. But if you do miss busy racing in your league or doing something else or have to work, you can go back and listen to it on the other platforms that I said. But all right, well, we're going to get ready to sign out here. We will be live next on Thursday night at Area 51 as they get ready to start their season 2. And I believe that race is going to be is it Daytona or Talladega? One of the two. Can't remember.
I think it's Daytona.
I think it's Daytona too. Yeah. So we'll be live. We'll see another super speedway racing, pack racing going on there. So make sure you tune in at 9:00 Eastern here at Freaky Fast on YouTube or Facebook. But we'd like to say thank you for everybody tuning in here tonight at Sweet Home, Alabama, here at Talladega. We are going to get ready to sign off, like I said. God bless everybody. Peace out. And we love yous all.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, say bye, guys. All right, later. We'll see you in the next one.